The rematch between Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev had just concluded, leaving fans and fighters buzzing with reactions across the MMA world.
Tom Aspinall versus Alex Pereira for the heavyweight world championship at the fucking White House. Main event.
Here we go, round one. We're doing it. Oh my God, he's coming out. Let's go. Let's go. Knock his ass out in the first round, baby.
Oh, getting after right away. Yeah,
Jesus.
Oh,
there we go.
He's hurt.
Nice down block.
Nice, bud. Nice. Let's go, baby. Don't pee yourself out.
No, bro. These are going to be heavy.
Pick those shots. Don't pour a bunch of... Oh.
12 to 6. That's legal. Stop it. He might stop it.
Holy... Holy... Who said what owl will be knocked out in the first round? This guy did, huh?
We picked
That's
it.
right. Did you really?
Holy. Chama's
Nice.
back. Chama is back.
Look at that.
Just calm. Dude, Pereira came out aggressive. Ooh, big right hand from Pereira. He hurt Ankalaev. He's throwing hammer fist. He's covering up here. He's blocking. He's covering up. He's surviving here. What's he doing? Don't you stop it, Herb. Don't you dare stop it. He's blocking this. Herb jumps in? What? What? Why would he jump in there? He was blocking everything. I'm done. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's a crazy win for Pereira. Hurt him with a right hand. Blocked every shot on the ground, but Ank's got to move. That's insane. That's insane. Pereira wins. Got to be Ulberg next, I guess. That's fucking insane, man. Herb just jumped in.
Right hand from Alex wobbles Ank. He's wobbled. Ankalaev's wobbled in round one. Big shots from Alex on top. Big shots from Alex on top. Stop it, Herb, please. Big shots from Alex on top in round one. Ankalaev's really badly hurt. Big elbows. It's going to be over. It's going to be over. It's going to be over. Herb fucking step in. Let's go. Fuck that fucking freak. Humanity. Humanity. Ridicule that goblin freak. You big gnome. Thick off. Let's go. Let's go. Humiliate that fucking gnome. Let's go, Alex. That fucking freak. Shama. Shamanov Shama. Let's go. Yes. Heavyweight, Tom, fulfill your deal. Fulfill your deal, Tom Aspinall. And I want to see Tom Aspinall versus Alex Pereira for the heavyweight world championship at the fucking White House. Main event. Alex Pereira, Tom Aspinall, heavyweight undisputed world championship. The chance for 3 belts at the White House in June.
People love him. People love the way he fights, and can't be bummed out with the way he performed this evening. So today I was at work and had a bunch of meetings over there this afternoon, and I went over to the PI, and he was over in the PI. And I'm like, well, you're the last guy I expected to see here today. What are you doing here? And they're telling me we want to fight a heavyweight. I said, how about we win tonight and focus on tonight, and then we could talk about, heavyweight. And I don't know. There's still fights here in this division, but we'll see. I mean, this guy has been an absolute stud for us. He's on vacation in Australia, flies over and fights because, somebody fell out. He fights when he's hurt. He doesn't care. He wants to fight everybody. He wants to move up to heavyweight.
Alexander Volkanovski had been one of the more cautious voices heading into the rematch. He emphasized Ankalaev's adaptability, the ability to switch stances, adjust distance, and maintain composure under fire, and Volkanovski saw that quality as a decisive edge in a high-stakes matchup. He didn't believe Pereira lacked danger. No one denied the Brazilian's power, but he predicted that Ankalaev's skill set, particularly his wrestling and control of tempo, would slow Pereira's opportunities. Volkanovski believed Ankalaev wouldn't necessarily need to shoot for takedowns every time. Instead, he expected him to use the threat of grappling as a weapon in itself, keeping Pereira hesitant and reactive.
Pereira can still do some great work, but if people are very effective with southpaw, it can make it a little bit harder for Pereira. That's all I'm saying. Doesn't mean that he loses every time he gets southpaw. Just he finds that a little bit harder, especially when you're effective with the southpaw, like Ankalaev will be. So I'm gonna have to go with the favorite on this one. Do you do a parlay with Pereira on that as well? Oh, but okay. So a parlay that you could definitely see happening right now is the 3 underdogs here. So Pereira being there, parlay, you could definitely go there and get some major value in that. I'm picking, if you're just picking on who's going to win this, I think Ankalaev does it again. I think he's going to be more wrestle heavy. Will he get the takedowns? No, but he's safe enough on the feet to just constantly get himself out of danger. He's going to be fit enough. You know what I mean? So when there's danger and if Pereira's doing a great job, he can stick to him a little bit, then get himself back there, get him out of danger, win back that octagon control, do enough to just win 5-round decision. So I'm going to have to go with Ankalaev for the win. Can Pereira get the knockout? 100%. But I think Ankalaev wins.
Arman Tsarukyan shared a similar outlook, but spoke with even less doubt. To him, Ankalaev's variety of tools was simply overwhelming. He recalled how the Russian's sharp left hand and thudding leg kicks had disrupted Pereira's balance in their first meeting, and he argued that nothing fundamental had changed since then. He saw no reason why history would not repeat itself. Tsarukyan expected Ankalaev to dictate the terms, nullifying Pereira's rhythm before it.
What do you think of the main event, Magomed Ankalaev beating Alex Pereira?
I know that Ankalaev gonna beat him if it's not lucky punch. We know Pereira, he's so dangerous. He has a good left hook and leg kicks. But first round he started with leg kicks and I was scared again they're gonna kill his legs and then he gotta change his stand. But then he could change his game. He started to go forward and he won last, I think, 4 rounds.
So you scored it for Magomed?
No, 3-2. 5 was even 50-50, you never know.
Semi Schilt approached his pre-fight prediction from a strategic lens. He pointed out that Pereira's struggles in their first encounter stemmed largely from unfamiliarity. The Brazilian had been caught off guard by Ankalaev's stance and timing, which differed from the sparring looks he had trained against. Schilt argued that to bridge the gap, Pereira needed to prepare with training partners who could mimic Ankalaev's unique blend of boxing and kickboxing. By doing so, Pereira could better manage the distance and sharpen his timing.
Yeah, I think Ankalaev, was it, Ankalaev?
Yeah.
I think Ankalaev was a much better boxer than he expected. And I just look at the fight again, and normally, or the most of the times, he's fighting two left leg forward fighters. And they are not the best kickboxers. And now you're standing against the right leg forward, and he can do boxing. So I think this is, he took away Alex's strongest weapon, like the calf kick. And if you look at the fight, you see the moments that Alex is doing well is moments that he is left leg forward. So when he's stepping forward and do something, then Alex is gonna have the right distance. So what I think Alex should have done for this fight is for the next fight is to train with right-legged kickboxers who know how to box, who are good. Because this guy is a good fighter, and when you're standing right leg and against left leg forward, the distance is much more bigger. You have to turn the different way. And of course, Alex's reaction in the stand-up fight is great. He can use that, and also the takedown defense that people say, the takedown defense is not good enough, but I think this is all good enough. He just should train more with right-legged forward people. I think, in my opinion.
Daniel Cormier looked at the rematch through a psychological filter. He often reminded fans that fighters who lost the first meeting usually returned hungrier and sharper, driven by the sting of defeat. Cormier saw Pereira as someone who fit that mold perfectly. Though he acknowledged the role of age, pointing out that younger fighters typically adapted quicker, he still believed Pereira had the discipline, focus, and experience to close the gap. His emphasis on motivation and mindset spoke to the intangible side of the fight game, the part that statistics and tape study could never fully capture.
Because if he's gonna get pushed back, like he got pushed back, he needs to be throwing knees. That's one of the things that some of the best strikers do, that you might get close, but before you get close, you're gonna take some real damage on the entries. Knees to the body, body kicks. He's gotta damage him on the way in if he wants a real opportunity to win this fight. In most cases, the guy that loses is a little more motivated, he's a little more excited to try to go and reclaim. There were so many questions about Pereira going into that first fight, talking about the stardom, the superstar level. Was he resting on his laurels? It didn't happen for him, right? He didn't win that fight. He could be the more motivated guy, but he is the older guy. They say usually when we have rematches, the younger guy is the one that gets the victory, right? Because he's got more room to improve. But everything that I've seen from Pereira, everything I've heard from Pereira tells me that we will see the best version of who Alex Pereira is. And if you are to be believed, we saw a great version last time. So if he's better than that, there's reason to believe he could potentially be the UFC champion again. But Magomed Ankalaev is not looking to let go of that championship, especially after how long he had to wait to get an opportunity to even fight for that championship, man. This is a big time fight, and I love all the stuff that's now on it with the bad blood and people not liking each other. I love it all.
Dustin Poirier was among those who offered a far more optimistic case for Pereira. He reminded everyone that the Brazilian didn't need to dominate all 5 rounds to win. He only needed a single perfect moment. Poirier had faith in Pereira's knockout power, calling it the kind of equalizer that could rewrite any fight no matter how difficult the matchup seemed.
Alex needs to keep the distance better, do what got him to be the world superstar we know. Keep the distance and look for those big shots, look for those big knockout punches, look for those big kicks, those big knees, do damage, do what he does best. Similar to the advice I gave Gamrot, don't play the clinch game, don't get put up against the fence, don't let the time run off the clock. And that's what Ankalaev needs to do. I think he needs to smother Pereira. Don't be in the striking danger in the middle of the octagon. Just let him slow down over the rounds to where that power and that pop is a little bit less. You can see things coming a little better. That's what I think needs to happen.
Rashad Evans took a different path, focusing on what he saw as a psychological transformation in Pereira leading up to the fight. He noted that Pereira appeared more ruthless, channeling a primal edge that fighters sometimes rediscovered when backed into a corner. That savagery, Evans argued, could make him especially dangerous even against a champion as disciplined as Ankalaev.
He showed he's a coward. We'll see. He's hiding now. We'll be in the cage, locked in there, unless he jumps the fence. He's a shitty champion, this guy. Never heard Alex talk like that about any of his fights.
I love that, Jama. I love that. I've got a chance to see Alex a few times just here and there, and I really like Alex as a person, and I like the fact that he's kind of settled down his life a bit. Just kind of really got dialed in. Sometimes success can make you be your own worst enemy, just being so spread out, going here, going there, and you overbook your schedule, and before you know it, you're doing all the other things more than you are actually doing the thing that that you're making your money from. So I'm glad that he's kind of reconnected to that savage part of himself, because listen, this isn't a nice contest. Yeah, it's great, you can have respect for your opponent, but there has to be that part of you that is just an asshole, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a savage in there, and for him to tap back into that savagery, he's gonna need that. So I'm glad that he's feeling that way, and I'm glad that he's not liking him. Shake hands and be friends after the competition.
Israel Adesanya, one of Pereira's fiercest rivals and occasional supporter, raised eyebrows with his bold confidence. He predicted Pereira would reclaim the title, pointing to the Brazilian's hunger for redemption and his sharpened focus. Adesanya framed the rematch as a chance for Pereira to evolve into a more disciplined and dangerous version of himself.
I like this fight. I think Alex will be more prepared for this fight. He's more motivated. He hasn't lost that light heavyweight and had that fire where it's like, man, I got to get this back. It's something different we want to get back. So for this fight, I'm gonna go Alex Pereira. I don't know if he finishes Magomed because I've never seen Magomed finish. But I don't. It's not gonna be an easy fight. It's not gonna be an easy fight based on the first fight from what I've seen. Alex will have to gain Magomed's respect heavily straight away for it to be a finish.
Take away his confidence that he got from
Exactly from the last fight. Just shut down that confidence. I understand. I've done it before. Did I do it to Alex? Yeah, I've done it to Alex before as well. It's easier said than done. But I think Alex can do it. So yeah, I'm gonna go Wathan by UD in this fight.
Dan Hardy provided a more tactical critique before the rematch. He felt Pereira had given Ankalaev too much respect in their first meeting, reacting rather than initiating. Hardy argued that Pereira's power shined brightest when he pressed forward, forcing his opponents onto the back foot. For him, the key to the rematch was aggression. If Pereira could take the fight to Ankalaev, the outcome could shift dramatically.
So what do you think that Alex Pereira needs to do this time around to get his hand raised and win that title back?
I think he needs to close the range down a little bit. You know, I think maybe he had a little bit too much respect for Ankalaev in the last fight. I also think he wasn't quite sure which hand Ankalaev was going to play. You know, and Ankalaev is very, very confident as a striker. His wrestling's always been a backup in his game, and he's never particularly wanted to use it too much. But just the idea of it being there, the threat, I don't know, it seemed to make Pereira just kind of hesitate a little bit too much. And Pereira, when he's at that close range, either when you're coming to him, like when Strickland fought him, Strickland was walking into his range, or when someone's moving away and he's walking into their range, like Jamal Hill, it's that, like, you feel that pressure of his kind of frame coming at you, and people feel like they need to react. And what I love about it, there's really good videos of him training online where he slips offline and counters with power punches, and the slip of the punch loads the power punch to come back. So his ability at close range to not only kind of bear over people and make them anxious, but also to pressure them to throw, in which case he feeds off it and works with counters. Like, if I'm Pereira, I would be thinking about getting as close to him as possible, getting in his face, maybe even try and use a bit of tie clinch just to kind of, you know, manage the clinch a bit. But I would also think that he's going to be better defending takedowns on the front foot as well, right? You know, better if he's pressuring forward and forcing Ankalaev to shoot under pressure. That would be my thought process, but I don't know. I mean, we might see a very different Ankalaev this time around, you know, and that's also something that Pereira's got to adapt to in that first round.
Aljamain Sterling admitted he struggled to pin down a clear prediction. He viewed their first fight as unusual, with both men appearing off their sharpest form. Sterling called the rematch intriguing but hard to predict, hoping it wouldn't mirror the slow pace of their initial clash. He said, "Mental, physically, I think it showed. He looked like he was just going through the motions. Ankalaev as well. He didn't look like the best version of himself either, so for them to have a rematch, it's an intriguing one. I just hope it's not the same tempo as the first fight, because that's not a very fun fight to watch." Stephen Thompson attributed Pereira's prior struggles to fatigue, believing the Brazilian had been drained by an overly packed fight schedule. He expected a fresher Pereira to be revitalized in the rematch, posing a greater challenge to Ankalaev. Post-fight analysis circled back to this, as many wondered whether Pereira's pacing and energy had indeed improved, or whether Ankalaev had simply made him look flat once more.
He had fought so many times in that past 2 years, and this was the fight that it caught up with him. Your reflexes start to slow down, right? Your mindset is, you start getting into a rut, and your mind begins to be dull, I guess, to your reactions. Like, you see these punches coming, but I can't get out of the way of them. And it's like your body is just too worn down that, you know, they're not all there. They didn't look the same. If you notice, Alex just didn't look like the Alex of old. And I do believe he was too consistent. But I was there live for that fight, and I predicted the next time that they fight, Alex Pereira is coming with a vengeance. I predicted that he's going to take some time off. He's going to get his body and his mind time to heal and relax, and he's going to come out the Alex Pereira of old. So I think he's got the skill set to beat his opponent. He just wasn't there. His body wasn't there that night. His mind wasn't there that night. His reactions weren't the same. His speed wasn't the same. And it's because he was too consistent. But if you notice, we haven't seen him in a while, have we?
Not as much.
And I think he understood that. I think his coaches understood that. You need some time off. You need to break. You need to give your body time to heal. And I think it's going to be all Alex this time. I think he's going to go out there and he's going to crush him.
Tom Aspinall rounded out the perspectives with a pragmatic view. He stressed that Ankalaev's style was simply a nightmare matchup for Pereira. Even if Pereira prepared diligently, Aspinall believed that the constant threat of wrestling, combined with Ankalaev's striking fundamentals, disrupted Pereira's flow in ways other fighters could not. The rematch, he predicted, would once again highlight that stylistic clash.
It's heavyweight, but like Adam said, I feel like if he's lost twice in 2 title fights against the same guy, he can only beat other contenders who he's basically already beat. There's not a lot of other, maybe, he beat Yuri Prohaska twice, didn't he? Yeah. So there's not a lot of guys. Jamal Hill he beat, Khalil Roundtree he beat. A lot of the top contenders he'd already beat him, so what's he going to do? Just do rematches against guys he's already beat. So 38 years old, he might as well, in my opinion.
Take a shot at heavyweight?
Might as well.
I felt he was an oversized middleweight. He was big compared to all other middleweights. I think as a light heavyweight, I think he's just sized right. So as he's moving up with the bigger boys again, I believe it might just be a wee bit too much for him, and I don't think that power will transfer well. We're already seeing it's not transferred great up against guys like Ankalaev, right? He's had a few knockouts, but as he goes up the higher weights, these guys hit hard and they're looking to slug, whereas I don't think he's in that. He's not wanting that.
On the flip of that, if he wins, I mean, that's an unbelievable victory to get one back over the guy that has beaten him previously.
Definitely. I think he's definitely got a chance. I do think he's definitely got a chance, and I think he might be able to do it. But if you're asking me, if I was going to put money on it, I would go Ankalaev.
So how did you react to this fight? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more MMA content like this.